The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning. I'm Rachel Zenick from Pinal County Public Health Services District today, and I'm here in partnership with United Way and CAG to present some information on the Pinal County Heat Relief Network. As we're gearing up for heat season in Arizona, we would like to provide some information to you about how hot it is out there and how to prepare as that heat strikes. So in Arizona, I don't know that we need to tell you this, but we have over 110 average days of maximum temperatures above 100 degrees Fahrenheit. That results in 2,000 emergency room visits and 118 deaths per year in our state. In Pinal County, it's about 200 emergency room visits per year and 6 deaths that we observe each summer and during the peak of heat season. So Pinal County Public Health has recently received 5 years of funding from Arizona Department of Health Services to conduct heat surveillance and compile some additional information about heat exposure and prepare for emergency response efforts moving forward. So what is heat surveillance? HRI stands for heat-related illness, and in Pinal County, what we are doing for heat-related illness surveillance is emergency room reporting. We are receiving reports from emergency departments in real time on what patients are coming in to be seen for. We're following up on heat exposure cases with phone interviews, and we are also performing a medical record abstraction. A summary of heat-related illness and deaths from 2010 to 2016 is that we've seen over 1,300 hospital visits in Pinal County due to heat. The average age is typically mid-40s. On average per year, it's 189 hospital visits, with the majority of patients being male at 71%. And again, we have seen 6 deaths on average per year among our heat-related illness cases. Our visits from 2010 to 2016 show a spike, as you would expect, during the summer months. So beginning in June, we start to see more patients entering the emergency department due to heat exposure. And then in July, when we've hit record temperatures the last few years at around 115-degree days, we see enormous spikes of above 15 people going to our emergency departments for heat-related illness symptoms. This typically sustains, although it starts to decline by September each heat season. In our phone follow-ups, our interview findings revealed that a majority of the cases, at least 42%, were occupationally related, and these individuals were exposed to heat while at work. Another 10% reported they were doing recreational activities. And what was very interesting was 23% were home-related exposures to heat. And what we found when we dove more into the data was that the folks that were being exposed to heat at home tend to be older, with the average age being 65 or older, and not having access to utilities or not utilizing their air conditioning in the summer due to being on a fixed income. We do have some maps available at Pinal County Public Health Services District. We've been able to map out deaths and illnesses throughout the county to get a bird's eye view of where the biggest impact is in our county. When we broke the data down by rate, we're able to see that Apache Junction, Casa Grande, and Coolidge are the most impacted areas with the highest rates of heat-related illness. Our key findings were that incidence is occupationally related among males ages 19 to 49, and severity is worse in those among greater than 65 years. Those that are older than 65 are more at risk for dying of heat-related illness. Again, the cities with the highest incidence rates are Apache Junction, Casa Grande, and Coolidge. And the health department is able to provide maps to any jurisdictions that are interested in seeing where these cases are happening. In conclusion, we've found at the health department that syndromic surveillance, looking at heat exposure among the residents of Pinal County, provides information useful for public health preparedness and response efforts. Now, at this time, I'm going to turn the presentation over to Manny Bowler from United Way of Pinal County, and she is going to talk about United Way's partnership with CAG and the launch of the new Heat Relief Network portal.
Thanks, Rachel, for explaining our situation. And so what are we doing about it? That's the next question, right? So this Heat Relief Network is launched as a response to this need, almost unmet need for people to cool off and to have water. A couple of years ago, the United Way of Pinal County was approached by Apache Junction to help with a water map. Then Casa Grande followed. But because this is the United Way of Pinal County, we really wanted to look at a more global effort. And this Heat Relief Network binds us all together as one big community. So this product is modeled after what Maricopa County Association of Governments has done with the Heat Relief Network. And so the United Way has funded this with the investor donations and part of the partnership with CAG. So how would you register? That's really what you all want to know. So what you'll want to do is click on here. And it does take a little bit of time because we're a simulated, right? What you want to do is you want to fill out this form. It's really very simple. Your organization name, your address, the city you're in, the contact name and phone number and email address. This is very important because we're going to share this information on the map. So you may get contacted by another agency that is short on water who may be contacting you to say, hey, can I get some water from you? And you might do the same thing to them. And it'll be important for you to put in all the information, all the hours you're open, the holiday hours you have. And what's most important is the type of location you are. So a hydration station is only a place where you give out water. A drop-off location is only where you drop water off. But if you are a heat refuge place, you allow folks to get water and sit around and kind of cool off. And then there's the special one for the emergency hydration station. That's when the National Weather Service issues a heat warning and asks for folks to please stay inside as much as possible. If you're that type of location and you can do that, that would be great as well. Each of those are different level of commitment, and you as an organization can decide which you would like to be. The key in the map is that once you have filled in your information, then you should be able to go back and click on another location. So when I was saying, like, if you're the Salvation Army, we're going to pick on Mark Davey and his team here. If you're the Salvation Army and you needed to know where you can get some extra water, you could click on one of the bubbles and find out where there's someone near you that has water that can take care of your need. Doing this together as a community helps us to strengthen our response. Again, I think it's unacceptable that 6 people are dying a year from something as simple as not having a place to cool off or not even hydrate. I know that the United Way, we see folks, not just necessarily homeless people who need water, but folks who had their water turned off because they didn't have water money. They were too busy, not too busy, they just didn't have the funds. And we know that SRP and APS, they have funds that they can use to help people defray costs, but water companies are not there. So what happens is you don't have money for the water bill, the water gets cut off. So we can't even make baby formula, you can't cook macaroni and cheese, you can't do anything. You can't even wash your clothes, you can't operate a home without water. So having a location to pick up an extra couple of cases of water is very, very important in our arid environment. We want to express gratitude to the Pinal County Health Department for putting this webinar together and presenting all the helpful health information, and for CAG for their skills in making this map, and to the United Way investors for supporting this effort. If you would like more information, you can contact me. There's my email address and my cell phone number. And the registration will be on our main website. In the header, we have a banner with registration information. But if you just want to cut to the chase, you can just do unitedwaypc.org/heat relief, and it'll be there. If you have any questions, give me a shout. This is our very first year doing this, and we know that we'll be learning as we go together, but it is something that we are doing as a community as we live united. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.